All right, so here's another example. Now, this example is going to involve factoring, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get everything, all of the trigonometric functions on one side, get all the terms on one side, and then we're going to factor it and see if we can solve it that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 2 cotangent x on both sides. Okay, so that means I'm going to end up getting cotangent x cosine squared x minus 2 cotangent x equal to 0. So now I'm going to factor out a cotangent x. So what does that give me? That gives me cotangent x times cosine squared x minus 2 is equal to 0. So now what does that give me? Well, that allows me to use what we call the zero product principle. And you may remember that from algebra. Okay, so we're going to have to, so the zero product principle says that either this term is equal to 0 or this term is equal to 0. So we're going to solve both, right? So cotangent x is equal to 0, and then also cosine squared x minus 2 is equal to 0. Which also then implies what? If I add 2 to both sides, that implies that cosine squared x is equal to 2, right? So I'm going to have to solve both of these, right? So first, when is cotangent x equal to 0? Well, and again, from the 0 to pi, right? For 0 to pi, the solution is when tangent is equal to 0 when at 90 degrees or pi over 2, right? So this implies that x is equal to pi over 2. Okay? Now, what about the second one? What about when cosine squared x is equal to 2? Okay? Or in other words, we take the square root of both sides. Cosine of x is equal to plus or minus the square root of 2. Okay? Now, here's the thing. What's the square root of 2? The square root of 2 is bigger than 1. Cosine only goes to what values? It bounces between 1 and negative 1. So there are no solutions to this. So the solutions do not exist. Right? So that'll never be 0. It's outside the range. Okay? What else? Now, that means that everything is based on this. So, again, since the period for cotangent is pi, then to get the general solution, we would write x equals pi over 2 plus n times pi, where again, n is an integer. And that's it. By the way, also notice that these solutions correspond to the x-intercepts of the graph. And again, graph it and you'll notice that. Okay, so use your graphing calculator to verify that. Awesome. Have a great day.